Hello. Suffering. We all suffer in this place. All good spirits do. That's what I mean by we. It doesn't make me feel better to know that others are suffering here or that others are suffering worse than I do. That's not a comfort to me. That doesn't feel good to know that others are suffering horribly in this place. It feels bad. It feels wrong. It's painful to know that. This character on the screen, UFO Jesus, do you think he's coming to save you? Are you waiting for Jesus to come back? Some people are in this place. Some are praying to God, or what they believe to be a God. How could there be a benevolent God or creator of this place? Ruler, master, Lord, God. It's designed to create suffering on every level. Physical suffering, emotional suffering, psychological suffering, spiritual suffering. Suffering of all types. Suffering that affects us, our loved ones. We lose our loved ones, we grieve. We go through heartache. People suffer in so many ways. Anxiety, depression. Why should suffering exist? Why should fear exist here? It was designed this way, to make us go through that hell. That's why it exists. Disabilities and diseases. Do you think they're just gifts from God in hell realm? They're part of a sick, evil design. Suffering like what exists in this realm should not exist. It's wrong. Addiction is rampant in this realm, and it's wrong. Disease is wrong. Fear. People live in fear every day of their lives. Think of the tremendous toll that takes on millions and millions. This is a demonic realm, and whatever the creators are of this place, they're evil, sick, malevolent, demonic. Don't worship them as quote-unquote gods, lords, masters, rulers, creators. They're shit. This is the worst design. Your God's plan absolutely sucks. It isn't a God. It's a demon. It's worse than a demon. People want to believe that it's this gentle, old, white-bearded, fatherly figure in robes and glasses and reading books. And it's so gentle and kind and caring. Well, this realm doesn't demonstrate that. What we can observe here shows otherwise. This is a place of torture, pain, burn victims, cancer victims, child abuse victims, a place of disease, disabilities, a place of fear, a place of violence, a place of life brutally eating life every single second of every day, everywhere in this realm, under the soil, on the land, under the water, in the air, everywhere. Everywhere. Look at this. People want to worship, and they want to believe in fairy tales. Observe the realm, and you'll see where you are. You'll see how it works. That's what you should be doing. You should be saying, I have to start looking. I have to start thinking. I have to start using my mind and my spirit. Not just being a slave, a zombie slave, in a trance in this realm. And most are. Most are that way here. They never stop to think, why does pain exist? Pain, suffering. Why does murder exist? Why is that even possible? Why does fear exist? Depression, anxiety, mental illness, disabilities, disease, addiction. Why do these things exist? Well, it's designed this way, this realm. It's part of the design. Just like if you put something into a computer, you install a solid state hard drive, or you upgrade the memory of the computer. Or in the old days with desktop computers, you swap out the video card and you put in a different video card. And the motherboard, it's designed that way. And it operates the way it's designed. That's the way this realm operates. In other words, it's supposed to have pain and suffering and fear and addiction and violence, brutality, people getting burned, people being tortured, children get abused in this realm. It's all part of the design. Children suffer in the womb. There are children that are born addicted to things. There are children that are born deformed all the time in this place. Millions of people commit suicide. On average, about 750,000 per year worldwide. That's a city. That's a large city. It's not the biggest city in the world, but it's still considered a large city. A medium-sized city would be about 200,000. It's way bigger than that. It's 750,000 people per year can't stand this place and they have to get out. They'll do anything to leave. They don't want to be here. They can't take it being here. That tells you how bad it is. It tells you it's not a good realm. It's not a good world. It's not a good design. And it wasn't created by a good creator, a good, caring, benevolent, fatherly, quote-unquote, God or creator. This realm was created by evil. And some will say, it's not a hell realm. Surely he can see some good things. There are some good things here. Big deal. Big deal. That's like somebody taking sprinkles and putting it on top of rusted trash, or full of sprinkles on top of an open sewer or an open septic tank. It doesn't make it into a sundae. Obviously, there's some pretty places here, and there's some good things about here and there in this realm. Obviously. Or it wouldn't fool anyone if it was 100% evil and 100% suffering, 100% torture. We bring in the goodness. Good spirits bring that into this realm. The realm doesn't bestow that upon us, or we'd be tripping over goodness. It would be everywhere. If a good, quote-unquote, God made this realm, it would be everywhere. But what we see in reality is suffering everywhere. Hospitals full of people that are dying or injured. Wards of children with cancer, leukemia, brain cancer, all sorts of things. Bone cancer. Think about it. Go to the hospitals. See it with your own eyes if you have the guts to do that, to face reality and say, I'm going to stop pretending. I'm really going to face what this place is and think about it deeply and acknowledge it and come to terms with the truth, rather than being a coward living in denial and shouting down the people that do speak the truth, the rare spirits that will stand up and speak truth to an angry mob that mocks and laughs and insults and belittles and demeans and threatens. This realm is filled with demonic behavior, with demons, with evil. If you're blind to it, you're choosing that. You're showing that you're not strong enough to face the truth. So then, do you really deserve to get out? If you can't admit to the truth while you're here of where you are, why should you get out? You can't face evil here. What would you do with superpowers? Would you be evil? Would you abuse them? What would you do? You don't want to stand up to evil here. A lot of people don't even want to face evil and just admit it. I'm not asking you to fight evil. and face them the way I do all the time. Face demons day after day. A lot of you just won't admit to where you are. Thousands come to my channels and won't admit that this is an evil place. This is a demonic place. This is a hell realm. It's designed this way. How about you start facing that? Observe it. Look at the design. Over 10,000 diseases for human beings. Fear, violence, pain, suffering, disease. Designed this way. An absolutely horrible design for the human body, just for starters. This is a place of suffering. Not because I want it to be. I don't want it to be. I don't want others to suffer. Keeps me up at night thinking about children suffering in this fucked up hell realm. And I'm going to do something about it. Whether you like it or not, whether you support me or not, whether you stand with Team Evil or not.